So, Ginger, what are you doing out here? Huh? What are you doing? You're supposed to be out here. What are you doing? Want to go back in the barn? Come on. Come on, let's go. You're not supposed to be out here, are you? What happened? Oh, don't eat that. Are you hungry? You want something to eat? Come on. Let's go get something. Put you back in the barn there, dingbat. You coming? Let's go, girl. Let me get you something to eat, okay? Come on. Video log, January 22nd, the year 2022. What we're gonna do is, I'm looking at this spring here on this front axle, Kenworth w900a. I'm trying to slam this thing, get it right down as low as we can with what we got. My thought is to lose 2 leaves and leave this portion of the leaf as nothing more than a trailing arm, if you will, just to keep the thing from flopping around. I think by losing those 2 there, it's gonna let us sag a lot, you know. I think it will. And then in the front, I want to lose just the bottom and leave the 2 leaves here. What's that gonna do for me? Well, let me tell you. What that's gonna do is allow me to then put the airbag here, which will support the weight of the load. The spring will be nothing more, it's not really a point of suspension, but more of a point of structure, just to keep things in alignment. So that is one thing that I'm working on right now. The other thing, which is kind of fun here, is I am doing a little modification here to the back of the cab. See, that is the panel that I've cut out of the back of the cab so far. And the reason I'm doing this is to open this whole area up. I'm not a tall guy by any means, but even with the seat all the way back, I'm a little cramped in this driving area. This is a small truck. I'm used to Fords and Internationals, and there's usually a lot more room in those trucks. These Kenworths are pretty tight for even a small guy such as myself. So we're gonna pop this out. I got a few cross members and such I gotta get out of here first and take some of the there's some of these structural supports in there as well that I have to remove. And once I do that, then I can go ahead and snip that on out of there, get it out of my way for now. And what this is going to allow me to do is set my seat back far enough to where, you know, my knees aren't right in my nostrils, if you will, you know. This truck is not, you know, if you were going to do a perfect restoration, this is probably not the truck you want to do it with. There's all sorts of blemishes and just a lot of, she's rough. It's not rough. It's not rough. There's a lot of wear and tear and dings and dents. So there's, if you want perfect, it would take you forever to get this thing perfect. And I'm not a perfect guy, so perfect isn't up my alley. And I just don't care about perfect. I just don't care. I don't need all that. What I want is complete, clean, cool, and functional. That's what I'm going for here. And if you check, watch this. That's neater than heck right there. That makes a guy happy. I mean, you can't blow a horn and not be happy. You know, just you can't. So yeah, so front suspension. Ding ding ding. Open up the inside of the cab a little bit. I get a little, give myself a little more space here. And yeah, this is going to be quite a piece of operation. So yeah, yeah, it's going good here, hillbillies. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna plug along, see how far we get. Alrighty, kids. Alright, let me get some lights fired up in here first thing. I can't see a blessed thing now. You know? Beep, bop. There we go. So, here we are. I got the hole cut cab here. I got all these pieces put back in. Now, these upright pieces were the ones that were like in the center around the window frame, and I just moved them out as far as I possibly could, scribed everything out and cut it, and I did the same thing in the sleeper. So that's all sturdy, back together, pop riveted back together, bada bing bada boom. Yeah, this is actually, man, a lot more space in here now. So now I need an accordion gasket. I need to trim this up just a little bit, inside and out, top and bottom, and hey, get an accordion gasket in there, and that will be a wrap for that job. And I actually have a nice bench seat. I mean, it's not a piece of junk. It's a nice one. I think we're gonna throw that in there just to make it comfy. So a fella could ride back there if you wanted to, you know. And the way I want to do it is put the seat in there and make a panel on the bottom of the seat that flips up and locks in somehow, so that you could sleep back here provided you needed to. I don't plan on doing any OTR stuff with this truck, but you know, you never know. Someone might throw a number at you that you can't refuse, so I want to be able to give myself that option. So that's how I'm going to achieve that. And then we'll start building some interior panels and get this stuff together. I am looking for a rear window for this beast. Don't know yet what I'm going to use for a window, but I am going to put a window in this. And while I've got access to it, I also want to add some lighting to the back of the sleeper there as well. Get some lights in the back of the cab. So there is 2 marker lights there for now. But yeah, let's put a lot of them in there. Let's make this thing something it isn't. Alright. So yeah, this is all put back together, spruced back up, tightened back up. I gotta put the flooring down. I have new 1-inch plywood that we're gonna rip this old stuff out and put new piece in probably tomorrow. And yeah, starting to get somewhere with this thing. This is fun. So anyway, hillbillies, this isn't, you know, I'm no expert fabricator or anything of that nature, so this is all stuff you can do your own self. I mean, if you have a couple tools, It's really simple. You know, it's not like I do this every day or anything like that. I'm not a fabricator, but you know, think about it. Take a little pride in what you're doing, and I think it'll all turn out. So, yeah, it's enough for tonight. Yeah, got some holes drilled in the back of the cab here, or the sleeper rather. I think that's gonna look awesome. Looks good. The holes all cut in there tonight. I got something else today I thought was pretty sweet. It's these little LED lights. Got them off the eBay there. And wow, those are bigger than I thought they were going to be, but that's cool. These are going to be interior lights. I threw a couple blue ones under the dash, and I've got some clear ones as well. And the clear ones I'm going to use as a dome light, but the blue one, I think I can hide them up under the dash here or something. There's a hole right there. Maybe. I do. Yeah, I think that'll look good. And I also got myself. Why are there 3 wires on there? I don't know. Are there any destructions with this apparatus? No. We'll just have to hook them up and see what they do. But the what else I got? Where is it? I got something here. Yeah, these things. These are switches. A little switch thing. And what they're going to do is go in the door jamb so that when you open and close the door, it'll hit the switch, shut it off, and when you open the door, ping, they pop on. So I got one for each door. Each cab door. I'm going to put one on the jockey box door and as well as the sleeper door. So even though this is just going to be a small compartment in here, I'm going to have one light in here, so when you open this up, it's not blacker than the inside of a hat, you know. You'll be able to see something. So all the white ones will be on a switch, as well as I'll be able to override this with a switch on the dash. So if you're in the truck and want to turn the dome light on, you'll be able to hit a switch on the dash and the lights will come on as well. So I'll hook those up in series, and that'll be good. Now I'm really curious. I'm gonna strip these wire back and let's see what this thing does, because I don't have a clue. Hold on a minute. Alright, let's see if I can get this to work. Black is ground. Okay, and the blue wire, oh, sugar, get up there, sit there for a minute. That is bright blue. What is the brown one? That is not as bright. So you okay, so you can have a dim and a bright. Well, that's kind of neat. So maybe, how am I gonna do that? Low and high. Interesting. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna switch that system, and keep you posted on that. But that's pretty neat. So low and high, or do I just leave them on high all the time? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want 2 separate switches for them. I just want them on one. Although, you know, you could set the mood a little bit, maybe. You know, dim them down a little bit, you know. Yeah, nah, we're not gonna bother with that. we'll leave them right on high and get right after it. See what you're doing. So anyway, that's what we're doing. And it's actually really cold. I'm going to shut my heat off. I've been down here for a few minutes. It's not really recovering, so we're going to call it for this evening. But yeah, I wanted to show you those lights, and I wanted to get those holes cut in the back of the cab. So got done what I wanted to get done, and yeah, hopefully I get those wired up here in a couple days. It's supposed to snow here Thursday, so probably while I'm either waiting for snow to happen or after it snows, I'll be out here and get some wiring done. I'll show you all that. So alright, what I'm working on is putting these nut rivets in. I'd never done it before, so I just did a test one on an old piece of aluminum here, and it appears that I got it correct, so that's kind of neat. These are 6mm thread. So I had to figure out what drill bit I needed, because it doesn't tell on the package, it doesn't say anything. So I just, you know, sized it up to the best of my ability with a drill bit there. And so now what I want to do is I'll probably start on the back of the cab here, and I'll get a light set up and do some pilot holes first, so I get everything laid out where it needs to be, and then I'll drill it to the proper size and get those in, and I'll show you what that looks like. And when that is complete and has gone well, then I will proceed to the cab lights. Those are going to be a little trickier, just because of my position. It's going to be kind of a uncomfortable spot probably to work up there. It's not really a great place to stand, and all my scaffolding is on another job, so I can't just set that up and crawl around up there. But and the other thing up there is I got to plug some holes where the old cab lights were, because I'm not going to be reusing those holes obviously. So I gotta plug along, get that straightened up, and yeah, this is gonna be a good day. Alright, so that went pretty well. There were a couple spots where like right here, my hole was a little tight to the edge. Let's see, the rivet hole was tight to the edge of the light hole, which I was concerned about that, but it's in there. It's solid, man. Those things grab on pretty well. I think it's going to be okay. And around the light, oh man, I'm gonna fall down here. Around the light where, let's see, let's set it in here quick. Kind of line it up where it's gonna go. Okay, there's a tiny little gap. I mean, it is maybe a 32nd. It's just a little gap behind it, and I think at first I was gonna, you know, make a bunch of gaskets to go behind this, but instead of doing that, I think all I'm gonna use is the stuff I have over in the cabinet. It's just a where's that? This stuff right here. It's just a thin, malleable, sticky stuff. I'm just going to run that around each light when I tighten them up, and that'll seal against any weather or anything coming through there. So that's my quick solution to that. rather than try to cut out a perfect gasket. That would be a nightmare. So turn this noise off for a second. I can't hear nothing. That's loud. So yeah, now I've actually got to run to the hardware and get the screws that I'm going to use to hold all that in there. And hopefully they have everything I need. And not to mention, I'm fairly hungry here right now. So I'm going to stop by the gas station and get me some of that real good greasy pizza there that when you bite into it, the cheese pulls right off of it, and as it comes off the pizza, it kind of flops down and burns your neck. Man, that's good pizza right there. I mean, if you ain't burnt yourself on hot cheese off the pizza, you haven't had good pizza, let me tell you right now. So I'm gonna go grab some of that, some screws, and get this stuff plugged together a little bit. Yeah. Yes, sir. Lord God, this is gonna be good, I'll tell you right now. I haven't had a soda in months. That's gonna wash things right down. You know, good old gas station pizza, boys. Get it in you. Alright, back from the hardware. I came up with these nice stainless Allen head 6mm bolts. That's what I'm going to use to mount these lights up. So I bought 50 of these bolts, a tube of Permatex, and it only cost me $53. That is insane. These screws are almost $1 a piece. That's nuts. So when you're doing this, you want to take into account what you're going to pay in hardware to put this stuff together. So just the world we live in. Alright, look at that. That don't look too bad right there. That's snazzier than a brand new house cat right there. Look at that. I'm still waiting on the other lights for that side. I haven't received them yet. So as soon as I get those, I'll pop those in. But that's gonna be pretty sweet. These three on the outside will be turn signals. 3 on the inside will be brakes, and they also have just taillights. So they'll all be lit when the headlights are on, and then these will flash, and these will be with the pedal. And these will be on a separate switch for backup lights or work lights or whatever the case may be. And I think it's going to work out nice. I like it. Came out good. I'm happy with how those screws look too. They don't look bad at all. Stainless, shouldn't rust. Be a pretty good deal. So now I'm gonna regroup a little bit and climb up on the roof here and see what we can come up with to land these lights the way they ought to be. We'll see that. Here we are up on the roof now. Just to show you what I've done here, I was able to utilize the same holes for the first center light. I just put new nut rivets in there, and I just took a straight edge and figured out where I wanted my last light and made a grid all the way across here. And just so everything's evenly spaced as much as possible. But I'm gonna have a few holes there where the old lights were that I'll have to plug up. I can't really do that right now because it's not warm enough to do that. So when the temperature gets a little better, I'll come back and take care of those holes that we're not going to use. And this is one of the holes where the horn was, and I'm getting rid of it. There's going to be no horns on the roof. We already know that. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to fasten these lights down for now and take a look at it. So, hillbillies, that's what she's going to look like. Looks pretty sweet. I like it. Low profile. I think it'd be bad to the bone, man. And I think this is going to do it for this episode because UPS didn't show up with the rest of my lights for the back of the cab. But you know all that process, how that goes together. And I got to spend a few minutes to just tidy things up. I got stuff strung from, you know, one end of this place to the other. So I'm going to tidy up a bit, get stuff swept up, try to start fresh. And what I'm going to work on next is, you know, get these lights wired up. And hey, maybe they'll even work. That'd be wicked, wouldn't it? I did get an update on my front axle that I bought. It's a used 5-inch drop front axle with brakes. The axle that's in this truck right now does not have brakes on it. And I'm kind of on the fence about, do I keep this a tractor? Do I make it into a pickup truck? I really want a pickup truck, but I also don't want to climb ladders anymore. So I'd really like to put this truck in the service. So, I mean, do I try to do hot shot with a single axle truck, pickup truck type deal, or do I just keep it a tractor and go that route? I don't know. But I got to figure it out. So that's where I'm at with that. And if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Do all the things that does good stuff for me. And I'll keep the good stuff coming to you, because I do appreciate it. And I just want to share this project with everybody. I think it's a neat thing. And yeah, I just want to work along at this and keep going. So hopefully in the next week or so, I will have that axle, and I'm going to go right through that with all new brake shoes, the hardware, drums, slack adjusters. And I'm going to actually clean that up and paint it before I put it in. And I'll probably also at the same time modify the springs so that when I am able to purchase the airbags, that it'll all be ready to go and all I have to do is bolt it on. So that's where I'm going with that. And once I achieve my final stance, and then we'll kind of figure out what the rest of the truck is going to look like. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Thanks for watching, and just keep watching. I appreciate it. Thanks.